greatness is better than the low cost of mediocrity. Motivational. I want to talk to you today about something that doesn't always get enough attention. Not how we start, not even how we sustain, but how we finish. Because how you finish tells the final story of everything you've built. We live in a world that celebrates the beginning. We applaud the spark, the first steps, the moment someone says, I'm going to do it. That takes courage. That takes faith. But finishing, that takes character. You see, starting is nosy. It's filled with excitement, anticipation, and applause. Finishing, though, that's quiet. That's internal. It requires consistency when no one is clapping. It demands patience when no one is watching. It's about crossing the line when you're tired, overlooked, or unsure. I want to tell you about someone who has shown me what it looks like to finish strong. My mother. For years, my mother has dedicated her life to serving people in the DWI community. This wasn't a job. It was a calling. She built a name that stands for integrity, compassion, and excellence. People didn't just come to her for services. They came for hope, for transformation, for second chances. She poured herself into the work. Long days, difficult conversations, endless paperwork, and moments of heartbreak. Yet she kept going, not for recognition, but because she believed in the lives she was changing. Now, she's preparing for retirement, and with the arrival of now her third grandchild on the horizon, it's clear she deserves this next chapter. She deserves rest, celebration, and the joy of watching a new generation grow. But as she prepares to step away, she's been faced with the hard truth. Finding someone to carry on the legacy she built has not been easy. We had a deep conversation about it recently, about the fear of seeing everything she's worked for fall apart in the wrong hands, about the challenge of releasing something when your whole heart has been in it. That's when we talked about what it means to finish strong. Not to drag across the finish line, not to give up in exhaustion or frustration, but to finish with excellence, with intention, with clarity. So many people start things with fire and vision, but when the journey gets long, they let fatigue dilute their standard. They pass the baton too soon, or to the wrong person. They surrender to fear and hand over their legacy without discernment. But you don't have to let fear dictate your finish. You can take your time. You can protect what you built. You can say, this matters too much to hand off just to anyone. Finishing strong doesn't mean finding a perfect replacement. It means knowing when to hold and when to release. It means honoring your effort by not compromising in the final stretch. That's what my mother is doing. She's holding the line. She's refusing to water down years of excellence with a hasty decision. And that, my friends, is what strength looks like. Some of you are in the final chapters of something right now. A career, a relationship, a season, a dream, and you're tempted to coast, to slow down, to say, close enough. Don't dishonor your journey by finishing with mediocrity. There's something sacred about the finish line. That's where the meaning comes full circle. That's where the sacrifice turns to significance. That's where you get to say, I gave it everything I had to give. Whether you're writing a book, running a business, raising a child, or building a legacy, finish strong. It doesn't mean it won't be hard. It doesn't mean you won't get tired, but it means you refuse to let fatigue steal the value of your work. Because finishing strong requires discipline when the applause fades. It's easy to start something when everyone is cheering you on, but when the noise dies down and the road gets lonely, it takes a different kind of strength to keep going. The pressure to slow down or settle becomes seductive, but you must remember the finish line is where legacy is written. Tip number 1, reconnect with your why. Revisit the reason you started. Let that fuel your final stretch. But let's face it, it's hard to finish strong because doubt creeps in when the results don't match your effort. You begin to question whether it's worth it, whether you missed your moment, whether anyone even cares. But you can't measure your progress by what's visible alone. Some of your greatest breakthroughs are unfolding underground. So tip number 2, trust the unseen momentum. Keep watering your vision, even if the fruit hasn't appeared yet. Fear of closure is another enemy of a strong finish. Sometimes we sabotage the ending because we're afraid of what comes next. If I finish this, who will I be? What if this is the best I ever do? So we linger too long, half-hearted, never really done, never really proud. Tip number 3, recognize that every ending is a seed for something new. Finish this chapter with grace so you can begin the next one with power. And finally, it's hard to finish strong because comfort tempts us to settle. After years of pushing, striving, and sacrificing, there's a pull to just coast. But ease and excellence rarely share the same path. Tip number 4, surround yourself with finishers. Let people who hold high standards remind you of your own. Accountability in your final stretch can reignite your fire and help you cross the line with honor. My mother's story reminds me that legacy is fragile. One wrong move in the end can tarnish what took decades to build. And yet one wise decision in the end can seal your work with honor. Don't fear the finish. Respect it. Don't dread the closing chapter. Write it with power. Don't pass the torch in panic. Pass it in peace. Let the final stretch reflect your highest standard, not your lowest energy. Let the last thing people see be your commitment, not your convenience. Let your ending be a mirror of your excellence. Because people may forget how you started. They may even overlook the years you sustained, but they will remember how you closed the story. So give the finish your best. Give it focus. Give it vision. Give it reverence. Don't hand off your work to just anyone because you're tired. Don't trade your legacy for relief. Finish strong for your name. Finish strong for those who followed you. Finish strong for the person you once were. The one who started with hope and believed it was possible. My mother is doing just that. She's not letting fear rush her. She's not handing off her life's work to someone who won't carry it well. She's waiting, watching, guarding. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. And maybe you need to do the same. Maybe you need to pause, reassess, and protect what you built. Maybe you need to remember finishing on top is better than finishing fast. So today I challenge you. Finish what you started and finish it well. Let your final effort be your best one. Let your ending speak louder than your beginning. Let your finish tell the world you were here and you gave it everything. Finish strong. You've got this. Peace and blessings. Dr. O.